So I said recently that I'm not really a fan of like AI. Well, I'm not against AI at all. I will say that as well. I'm not against AI whatsoever. I think that AI is a great tool that can be used by people to help them in their creative endeavors. The only problem that I had, which I also said in that video, is that people use it not as a tool anymore, but many people use it as a such an heavy crutch that they expect AI to do all the work for them, which is why for some reason people generate images and proclaim themselves artists, and they proclaim that everything that their prompts make in AI or ChatGPT or whatever AI programs exist out there to make images, they think that that is art. If you think that is art, then I'm very sorry, but we are definitely we are failing as a society if we see AI generated images as art. Art is something that we make, something that you and me make personally by hand, on a computer, with a pencil, with a paintbrush, with like objects. You make it yourself. You putting in some prompts in an AI thing in a computer and letting the AI make it for you is not art. It's just a fucking picture made by AI. It's not art at all. If you want to see that as art, you do you. But I just think that you're brain dead, or you're fucking deluded. That's my opinion. That's just how I view it. That's just how I view that. AI is a good tool, but it's used by so many uncreative people, by lazy people, to do the work for them. Now, Nvidia came out with a new piece of technology. I think that nobody can really say that it's not impressive what it can do. It's called DLSS 5, and it's basically an AI-powered tool for visual fidelity. I will probably show some screenshots here and there whenever I talk about it specifically, but what it does really well is upgrade the environment. Like, I don't think that anyone can say that the environments don't look better with this AI-powered tool. I will also say, it's not generative AI, it does not generate anything, it basically just takes what already exists, and the developers themselves can choose what it changes, what it doesn't change, and they basically have full creative, stylistic control over what this AI changes, what it affects, and what it can do to their game. So I just want to say that. Straight off the bat, because there's some people that say that this AI changes everything, and in some cases it definitely does look like the AI is doing something it's not supposed to do, but we'll get there in a minute. So in one example is Grace from Resident Evil in the street, and then she goes from a regular character into DLSS 5 on. Some people try to tell me that she looks realistic, that this is like the most realistic view we've ever seen in gaming. I just kind of look at it, and to me, it looks so much like a TikTok. It looks so much like a filter you see on Snapchat when someone uses a filter. I just can't unsee it. It looks like someone created an AI image that looks so heavily AI. Now, like one of those pictures you see on Twitter of like, oh, I made this character hot, and then they show the picture, which to be totally honest, that looks even better than this. But like one of those pictures, and they just plastered that over Grace's face, or like in the video, and it's kind of like, and it's moving. That's what it looks like. It looks so uncanny. Like, is it supposed to go for realism? Yes, and I would say that it goes towards that very well. But it looks so heavily AI that I can't even see it as realism. If I were to see this in my game, I would turn it off immediately, because it bothers me on the eyes. It really fucking does. It really bothers me on the eyes. I said this a couple of years ago, I believe, when Death Stranding came out, and even more recent when Death Stranding 2 came out. Like, when are we finally going to like draw the line with graphic fidelity, with like visual fidelity, to the point where we are like, okay, this is like the final stage of visual fidelity. It does not have to get any more realistic than this. I think Death Stranding 2 is the most realistic video game that there has been made so far, alongside Arkham Knight, which is literally a game from 2015. Let that sink in, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I think that Death Stranding 2's visual fidelity should be like the final stage of how far we push visual fidelity, period. I don't think it should get any more realistic. People already struggle with putting a line between the real world and video games. people already have a very hard time distinguishing the two, where people are like going between video games and real life, and they have a hard time separating the two. And now people want games to be even more realistic, to the point where they really want games to look like real life. And I'm starting to wonder, like, do you want to play video games to escape? To escape the world and just have a little bit of fun? Or do you just want to go from real life into a video game and just go into real life again, to the point where you just kind of want to like walk down a street that looks like real life, but at that point you may as well just go outside and walk through the street and you have the same experience. Like, I never really understood why people want to constantly like push games to such extents that it's almost just like real life. But why? I want to play a game because I want to escape the real world, but people just want to go from the real world into a game that looks like the real world. I just don't get it. Now again, I am not a main PC player. I mainly play on consoles, and thank God for that. And again, I don't really have an issue with the AI itself. I more so have the issue with how this is going to be used by developers. Because as I said in the beginning, many people use AI not as a tool anymore, but as a crutch to do all the heavy lifting or to do like all the work for them. I'm going to say this right now, but we have already gone from Arkham Knight in 2015, which looks like still to this day, more than a decade later, it still looks better than a lot of games that have come out in recent times. And that, like, a game from 2015 looks more real than a lot of games nowadays. And the fact that we're not improving on what has been done in 2015 without AI, that we need AI now to make images or to try to imitate real life in visuals on characters' faces that look worse than what they did. It looks worse to me. It looks so heavily. It's like a filter constantly on. It's like I'm looking at an AI picture in my fucking video game. The fact that we need this to make realistic looking games, while in 2015 again with Arkham Knight, they did it without AI. The designers did it themselves. The people who made the game did it themselves. They did not need AI. And now suddenly we need AI to imitate this. As much as I love Requiem, it does not hold a candle to Arkham Knight from a visual fidelity standpoint. The fact that we need AI to imitate that and not even get close to it, to make some fucking knockoff version that looks uncanny, like Uncanny Valley over here, that's just crazy to me. I just find that so fucking nuts. And again, I'm glad that I'm mostly on console, and you don't have to use this. You can toggle this on and off, and I do hope that it never gets to a point where they force it to be on, because that would be so fucking bad. Because there's so many people that probably don't want that, and they should never force that. It should always be an option, and I'm going to be very glad if it does stay that way. I think that so many developers are going to get lazy. Like, so many developers are going to see this feature, like Todd Howard, like he was basically jumping up in his little video. Like, he was so glad of this advancement, and of course he's glad. If you see what it does to Starfield, his game looks like, he's going for like realism in his game, but it looks so fucking bad that he literally needs the AI to do the job for him. And it's Bethesda that will be the leading force in like making a shitty looking game, but because this AI exists, it's like a quote-unquote good-looking realistic game, and it's so fucking bad. Again, developers do have full control over the stylistic improvements, if you want to call it that this AI has. Again, on the environment it does very well in all the examples, but on characters' faces it just does not look good in my opinion. Like with the Grace example, it almost looks like I'm looking at a knockoff Scarlett Johansson. That's really what I feel like. There's also something very weird going on with the faces whenever there's movement. And just notice how almost every single time they either only use very short clips with the AI, or they completely freeze the frame. Like they say, it's still a work in progress and it still has to improve. But I think that in longer segments, when you actually use it in actual gameplay, it just won't really hold up all that well. Which is why I truly hope that they use it more for environments rather than character, like character design, or not character design, but like character fidelity, or like trying to use AI to make characters look better, quote unquote better. That's just how the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Sadly, again, this is going to be abused by so many developers to like use less work on making good looking characters and actually try to make as good looking video game characters or video games as possible. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Death Stranding 2 exists. That game did not need AI to look as good as it does. The Last of Us Part 2 on PlayStation 4 still holds up till this day. Arkham Knight 2015 still holds up till this day. More than a decade passed. And now we need AI for this shit. Like, come on, man. Like, you're not going to tell me that we're not... We are like literally... we're going backwards instead of forward. Instead of developers improving on their craft. Instead of them making better looking games than there were in the past. We're going so far back that we need an AI to make it quote unquote look better. The Leon example, it looks good. I don't think that anyone can dispute that. The Leon example looks good, but that's also one of the only very good looking examples. If we go a little bit further with like the old lady in Hogwarts Legacy, she goes from an old lady that you can clearly see is in a video game to like one of those very clear AI pictures that you see online from an old lady. That's what it looks like. It looks like, it's almost like I'm looking at a Disney character right now. We go from a video game to a Disney character. How the hell is this realistic? Like, oh yeah, they put some sharpness on her and they improved her wrinkles. Like, bro, no, it doesn't really matter how much lighting you use. There's no way that this is how the character was fucking designed. Like, this looks like a Disney fucking movie right now. This does not scream to me. This does not scream, oh, realism to me. This is like so heavily AI. I would rather have it fucking turned off. This is not realism to me at all. This is just uncanny valley to me. Again, it's like Courage the dog and then all the enemies that he faces are like animated or like real life things, like real life people that they inserted into the cartoon. I'm like watching I'm like watching Courage the dog, but in video games right now. That's kind of how I feel about it. The worst example, or one of the worst examples, is Hogwarts Legacy with a child. This guy, this boy is supposed to be 15 years old, and he goes from a boy to a guy named Clarence who works at the mines in the 1700s or something. And he smokes a pack a day. And then suddenly, in movement, he goes from Clarence, who works at the mines, suddenly he changes a little bit to like an actual like younger boy. But he's still not a boy, like it still looks like he's in his 20s. And he's fucking 15! Like what the fuck is that? Then there's another example of Starfield, and again, making Starfield look better is not hard at all. Making Starfield look like a high fidelity game is not hard at all. I mean, let's be fucking honest here. Again, the textures do look good, like the improved textures are good, but there's something that the AI does with the faces that it just looks dead. It looks dead, it looks not realistic to me at all. Like it's just, maybe someone that doesn't really know what AI looks like may see that and think, oh, how realistic. But I unironically showed this to my mom and was like, hey, what do you think about this? Would you think that this is realistic? And even she said, like, It's going for realism, but there's something off about it. You know what I mean? It's the same thing that many older people see whenever they see AI. Well, maybe not many. Many see AI and think, oh, it's real. But there's still some that can feel that there's something off. Like it's not really real, but it's also not really fake. This is exactly that. It just looks weird, uncanny. I keep saying uncanny, but that's like the perfect way to describe it. Like, I don't know, man, and especially in speech. In speech, it's like, what the fuck? It just looks off. I don't know what it is. Like in FC, in some scenes, it definitely looks good, but you can just kind of sense that something's off. And again, if you want to use that, by all means, go use it. To me, it just looks uncanny, and I'm glad that I'm not a PC player, or not mainly anyway, but I would not use it. If you want to use this, use it as you want, but I'm definitely gonna see in the future that so many lazy developers. So many lazy developers are simply going to use this as a crutch to do less work on their final product and just hope that the AI does most of the work for them. I'm gonna see it happen. I'm going to see it happen in real time. Like, I definitely see it happening. I'm gonna call it right now. Bethesda is going to be one of the leading forces in that they are simply going to use this tool as a way to like do less of the work but get all the profit. They will do the bare minimum, tell the AI, like, yeah, improve the lighting on this, and that, have like their thing, and AI will make it look drastically better than what they did. They will like, it will improve like all the graphics, and people will praise it to high heavens, but meanwhile, the developers are not doing shit, the designers are not doing shit, they're just letting AI do it for them. And you would think, right, like with all these tools, like Nvidia has presented in the past, you would think that games would get less expensive, that they would get cheaper, but no. Developers are doing less of the work, using AI more to do their work, and yet we're still paying full price, and we're still paying higher prices as time goes on. The games are getting more expensive than ever, while developers are doing less and less. Again, Arkham Knight in 2015 looked so good, open world, good combat, like graphics to like beyond belief. And instead of it getting better, or instead of people like recreating that fidelity, it only got worse, the prices went up, games got worse, and now we need AI to get even close to that. Like, people who tell me that this looks better than Arkham Knight, than The Last of Us Part 2 or 1 remake, well, if you can even call that a remake, that it looks better than Death Stranding 1 or 2, what? If people think that this looks good while playing a game, oh my god, fuck me. We are going in a direction that I don't like. And as long as this is only optional, I'm fucking glad about it. But to be totally honest, if I see content creators use this in the future for their videos, I think I'm gonna stop watching gaming videos at all, because fuck that shit, bro. I'm not looking at some AI filter on video games that I like all the fucking time. Like, it's all so clearly AI, and you can definitely see it on some textures and a lot of faces, that it's like a constant filter that you would see on TikTok, and it just bothers me. It's like very hard on my eyes. I just can't look at it too long or my eyes start hurting. Like, I much prefer like how the games look on their own in cutscenes and all that stuff, rather than having to look at some fucking AI filter. Like, literally people who tell me that the cutscenes in Requiem look worse than these fucking shitty filters, like, oh dude, I don't know if it's your eyes or something like that, but fuck me. I just think it looks fucking horrible. I mean, again, at the end of the day, everyone can have their own opinion. If you like it, you like it. And again, I'm not against AI at all. I'm not against this as a tool. And if people want to use it, by all means. But the only issue that I have with it, again, and I need to keep saying this because every AI snob will probably be, oh, you're just anti-AI. Like, dude, get a different argument, my guy. You really need a different argument than that. You're just a fucking snob that is lazy or uncreative, and you need AI to do everything for you. That's the problem. I know people in real life that need AI to write emails, to write letters to fucking other companies or people for their job. They need fucking ChatGPT to do the work for them. If you were to ask them to do the email themselves, they'd write like a fucking 5-year-old child. We're relying so much on AI. There's going to be a day where people will need it, or otherwise they will be fucking lost. And that's the problem. The same thing with this. The biggest problem that I have with it is that it's going to be used as such a big crutch. Video games are not going to get better, they're going to get worse. Instead of us expecting developers to get better at their job, to get better at making video games, we're literally allowing them to get fucking lazier and just use AI to fix everything they did wrong or everything that they didn't do at all. Like, oh, just let AI do it. Like, what? Some people are actually so fucking dumb that they don't even realize it. Like, this is such a bad thing for gaming. Let's just look at Call of Duty. They use AI to make their calling cards now instead of hiring actual artists. They use AI to make like their marketing campaigns, like their pictures or whatever. Why? Because it costs no money. Did that make Call of Duty cost less money? Did that stop them from using microtransactions? No. They doubled down on that shit while paying less money to actually hire an artist to make good art. And they were even too lazy to fix issues with that AI art, quote unquote art, where the zombies had 6 fingers on one hand instead of 5. They were too lazy to even fix that. Like, come on now, like, we are literally watching developers get lazy with AI and we're still endorsing AI more and more. At what point are we finally going to say like, hey, no, we're not paying full price for a game unless you do the fucking work? Now instead of that, we're being like, yeah, we're going to pay you full price and we're going to allow you to be lazy and just use AI to do everything for you. That's literally what we're saying. That is my issue with it. Not that the AI exists, not that the AI looks fucking horrible in my opinion compared to just actual games making their characters and game look good. I don't know what else I have to say to get my point across, that it's not the AI that I hate, it's that how it's going to be used that I absolutely hate. I mean, I do very much mislike what the AI, what this feature does with characters. What it does with the environment is amazing. Like, this is definitely going to improve how environments look in the future. It's going to be a game changer. But what it does to like the characters and how it's going to be implemented in the future is not something that I'm looking forward to. I'm just gonna say it as it is, how I see it. You can agree, you can disagree, and I bet that all the technical snobs and nerds are going to get on my ass, be like, oh, you're just anti-AI, just say it outright, and they will give none of my criticism or my worries any thought of day. They will just immediately write it off as like, oh, you're just anti-AI, and leave it at that. It's always easier to be ignorant and ignore people's like, ignore people's criticism or their worries and just say that they're anti this or that and be done with it. Like that's just how it's going to be. I'm just gonna say it right now, and if in 5 years I am proven right, I will still use this video. So many developers are going to get lazy. I'm just gonna tell you right now, this is going to be abused beyond belief by some developers. Not all developers. There's definitely going to be some developers out there that will still make sure that their game looks good, AI or no AI. And I'm glad that there are some developers out there that are going to do the work. This is going to be used by developers in such a way that they can cut down on costs, but they will still ask you for full price. They will still ask you to pay them the full fucking bag for doing half the work. That's my biggest issue. And if you still think that I'm anti-AI after everything that I've said, you do you. I just think you're ignorant. I just think you're a fucking retard. Then again, you probably think that I'm a retard, and that's fine. a lot of people think I'm a retard in real life as well. I mean, we all meet people that we think are retarded, and we all think that we are right. I think that I'm right in some ways. I also think that I will probably be wrong in some ways, that maybe I'm not seeing the bigger picture. I definitely think that a lot of these guys that support this are wrong, and that they don't really realize how this is going to negatively affect gaming in the long run, how this will definitely make people lazy. But hey, maybe we just have to see how the cookie crumbles. I'm definitely worried about it. I'm not against the AI existing, I'm not against the tech existing, as long as it's optional. As long as it's optional and you don't have to use it, it's all good. Because it looks like a constant filter that is just like shit. But hey, that's just my opinion. I've been yapping for nearly half an hour. I do like yapping on this channel, so if you like yapping, that's what I do on here. And if you don't like what I yapped about today, well, too fucking bad. I don't give a shit. You can like, you can dislike, I don't care. And if you want proof that I don't care, I will go to my not my main channel, but to my ramble channel. I will go to my YouTube studio, and I will happily admit that I got 50-50 likes on my ex-voto video, which is like 11 likes, 11 dislikes. I don't give a shit. My Has the World Become Too Lustful video has 71 likes but 15 dislikes. The dumbest critique ever has like which was actually about Grace, has 86 likes and 25 dislikes. Do graphics ruin gaming? I even forgot I made that video. That has like 1 like and 1 dislike. Like I get more dislikes on these videos than I get on my main channel. I really don't give a shit how many people dislike it. Like at the end of the day, we all dislike stuff, we all like stuff, and if you dislike some of my stuff, then so be it. And if people mostly dislike this video, so be it. I mean, one of my other videos that now has 50-50 likes and dislikes literally had like 40% likes, and the 60% were all dislikes. I don't care. Instead of just being like, oh, you're a retard, or oh, you're just dumb, or you're just anti-AI. Like, bro, what? If you still think that I'm anti-AI after all my concerns, then I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Half an hour is way too long to yap, and I do have to edit this. Well, I'm not gonna edit that much. I am going to add some screenshots here and there from Nvidia to avoid copyright stuff, because I just don't trust those motherfuckers at all. I don't trust any big corporation. They're all, they're all. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you want to like, you can like. If you want to dislike, which I bet a lot of people will dislike, you can dislike. You can comment. You can comment whatever you want. You can insult me as well if you want. I really don't give a shit. At the end of the day, you don't know me. I don't know you. I mean, I do my own creative stuff. You probably use AI for that shit. I mean, a little dig, a little jab. I'm just gonna do it because what the fuck not. At the end of the day, we don't know each other. So say whatever you want. But I do hope that there's more dialogue than insulting. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching. If I see you here again, you're always welcome. And if I don't see you again, I wish you all the best. Thank you again for watching, and that's it.